Ahoy, hoy. Welcome to Head Games, the science and psychology of sports. I'm Dr. Brett Levine, joined as always by Dr. Ben Rosenberg. Our guest today is one of the top Los Angeles Dodgers prospects. He's a power-hitting outfielder playing for his hometown team, DJ Peters. DJ, welcome to Head Games.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. First and foremost, congratulations. You most recently got married. So tell us, what's it like getting married during a pandemic? Is there some complications, or was it just smooth? It was easy?
Yeah, no, I think we had 3 different plans fall through. And then on the 4th one, we kind of just said, we're going to go all in. And luckily, we could have it at a family's, estate. And, it was private. It was perfect. Couldn't have gotten any better. So the COVID shutdowns and stuff like that, obviously it was difficult, but, we made it happen. And, my wife is a rock star with that, man. She, kudos to her.
Yeah,
congrats,
that's awesome. And congrats again. I mean, I can't imagine. Fortunately, my sister was supposed to get married initially last year. They canceled it and then moved the date up. They canceled it again. They're, fingers crossed, we're going to do it maybe in next fall. But I mean, I think they'll probably get to a certain point, like you guys didn't say, screw it, let's just do this thing.
Yeah, we were very, very fortunate because everything shut down, right? So we kind of had to go through all these plans and ideas, and luckily her, one of her family members opened up their beautiful home to us, and it worked out perfect. Couldn't have been any better. Honestly, it was probably a lot better than our original idea. So we definitely lucked out. Very, very blessed.
Congrats.
That's awesome, man. Silver linings. Yeah. Congratulations again.
Yeah.
You're well on your way to wedded bliss. You already shouted out your wife. So I feel like that's the,
Ben and I have been there.
Been there, done that. All you need to learn is to say yes to everything your wife asks. And I think you'll
there you go.
Survive. But it sounds like you're already doing that. So let's talk a little bit of ball. Obviously, that's why we're here. And I want to talk a little bit about.
I thought this was a wedding podcast. We don't want to just the whole show.
You're right. I forgot. No, actually, I don't want to talk more about weddings. Let's talk about baseball. I want to talk a little bit about your approach at the plate, right? Like, obviously, a big part of your game is power. And we were looking through some of your stats from the minors, and it looks like almost half the time you walk, hit a jack, or strike out. So talk us through a little bit of your approach at the plate. What's going through your head? Kind of what are you thinking about?
I like to, obviously I'm a big, strong dude. Power is going to be a part of my games. And, what comes with power is walks and, also strikeouts. Obviously you want to, have more of the other two than, like the one, but kind of like how the game plays out. Sometimes, that, if that happens, that's very, very rare. But you just got to keep on grinding, man. Got to improve each and every year. And I feel like ever since I've signed, every single year, my strikeout numbers have gone down, my walks have gone up, my power numbers have gone up. Whether that's on base percentage or walks, like I said, or slugging percentage or average too. So in the minor leagues, it's all about development, and I feel like each and every step that I've carried throughout from signing has gotten better in different categories that kind of sums up into one complete player.
Okay, so you're at the plate. Are you thinking, I'm gonna hunt anything down the middle, anything looks like a strike, I'm just gonna let it go? Do you make a 2-strike adjustment? Do you make any adjustments, or you're just like, I'm going for it? Yeah,
so I have a really good solid plan whenever I walk up to the plate. I do my homework before the games. Whoever we're facing that night, with whoever's in the bullpen, I've seen videos of them. I have like their percentage and stuff like that, and then what I think that they're going to do to me. I have that plan walking into the box. Obviously, sometimes pitcher throws good pitches, got to tip your hat. Sometimes he throws a bad pitch and I get him, yes, tip his hat. So that's to me is like the beautiful thing about the game is like you're playing chess, not checkers. So but 2-strike approach, percentages, runners on base, kind of different kind of situations throughout an at bat, throughout every pitch goes on, and not only the hitter's head, but also the pitcher's head.
Are you guessing for? Sorry, go ahead.
This just came to me. So for a little bit of background, Mad Bum was rehabbing back in 2017. And there's an infamous story about you hitting 2 jacks off of him in the same inning.
Right.
I mean, were you sitting slider every time? And you're just like, nobody's going to throw. Like,
no, it's actually funny that like you bring that up, and like whenever I do podcasts or interviews, that always gets brought up. But my big thing with that game was that like we all hit him that day. Like it wasn't just me. Obviously I kind of get highlighted because I hit 2 in 1 inning, but I'm pretty sure he allowed, I think 4 homers in 4 innings. And like, I'm pretty sure we put up like 10 on him. So like, obviously like I get kind of highlighted out, which is a blessing, but like I got to give credit to my teammates and, our hitting coach for putting together just a solid plan.
Yep. Good man. Crediting the coaches. That's true. Like, I guess if it was a standout, you could say like, yeah, I had him pinned, but, I guess.
Yeah, no, we all hit him that day. I mean, we obviously we were all jacked up to face him, right? I mean, that's why you play the game, is to face a 3-time World Series champion, and was one of the best pitchers on the planet for a good stretch. So obviously it felt amazing, but it was amazing seeing everybody face him and hit him as well.
Yeah. Was he off? Was he just off that day? Is that why everybody's hitting him?
I think maybe.
Tipping pitches? What's going on?
No, I don't know. I mean, we all just saw him. Well, like I said, we all had an amazing plan going in. And, his tennis season, we kind of, we all just hit him well. It's just one of those days for us and one of those days for him.
I mean, this is all you that can edit this out. But so one of the I guess things that we're thinking about as we're looking at your stats is that you remind us of some of the big power hitters from the 90s, right? Like like you said, you're a big dude. Power is a big part of your game. Is there anybody that you model your game after? Like anybody from that era or the current era that you really look to model your game?
I've always gotten comps to like kind of like a Jason Worth, or like sometimes body comparison and, playing outfield, of course, Aaron Judge, or like a Richie Sexton, like kind of like those kind of comps is what I've gotten before. And, I see a lot of kind of similarities, big guys play the outfield, or, is really just known for the bat, who are all great players who had great careers. Aaron Judge obviously still playing, but, the other 2 played 10 plus years and did amazing. So, I kind of, like to kind of make myself my own kind of player. Obviously there's a lot of similarities, and, I kind of leave that to other people. For me, I just like to go out there and play and, improve, like I said, every year, whether that's in a couple categories or every category, to just be the best complete player I could be.
Where do you think it's going to go? You want to be your own player. You want to be DJ Peters in a couple of years. What does your game look like?
I want to be tremendous outfielder, a complete hitter, and a great teammate on and off the field and in the clubhouse. That's what I want to be known for. And also just a great, player, but also a great person to the fans, to the media, to my teammates, and, want to be a leader.
This guy's got good answers. This guy's got great answers.
Seriously. Yeah, no, it seems like, at least for a lot of those things, you're well on your way there. In terms of on-field stuff, hitting, playing the outfield, what are some of the concrete things that you're looking to improve this year and for the next couple of years?
Yeah, obviously it's no kind of secret. The Dodgers are stacked. We have our pitching staff all the way down to our bullpen to our lineup is just, oh my gosh. And our minor league system and the amazing thing is that like we win in the big leagues, but also we win in the minor leagues, and like we like sign these great, amazing players. And then we also have a great farm system. It's just all the way literally from like when you sign to the tip of the iceberg. It's just you want to be a good dude first. And then if you're a good dude, like kind of check that box, you're going to be a great athlete. And, I absolutely love it here. Like the culture, the atmosphere, the presence is just, like you are expected to win every night. And, they're going to give you all of the resources to win every night. And then like, it's up to you, which is which is what I absolutely love. Cause I love, like the work before the game, after the game, the video, the analysis, the swing, watching what the pitcher is going to do to me, what I want to do to the pitcher. So, like they're going to give you all of those resources, and like it's on you to kind of execute those and use those to your advantage.
Yeah. Helps to lean into the resources that you have. I love what you said. You mentioned that, like, number one, be a good dude. It's interesting because this is a podcast on psychology, and my head went into like, oh, culture. And when you said that, it reminded me of like the Cardinals. The big thing with the Cardinals is the Cardinal way. And it was just, I don't know if it was like be a good dude, but it was like, what do you look for? We look for guys who do a lot of the things that you're mentioning, which is like do their homework, be a good person, willing to learn. So it's nice to hear that. It's nice to hear that, like, and what it sounds like is that that's the culture of the Dodgers, but that's also DJ Peters, that you feel like you're a fit for the system.
Yeah, no. And I feel like if you're not a good dude, one, like you're not going to last here. And two, you will get weeded out, and that's just how it works. I mean, like this is an amazing game, and this is one of the best organizations in all of sports, up and down, from the DSL to the big leagues. And like I said, you are expected to win, and you are expected to be a great teammate, and, be a great dude first.
I like that. This is, you mentioned this earlier as well. Like, it's no surprise that the Dodgers are stacked. They're getting, they won the World Series last year. They're getting David Price back. They signed Trevor Bauer. Where do you see yourself fitting in the roster, realistically or even theoretically? Like,
right.
Picture it for us.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, we gained tremendous players. I mean, David Price didn't even pitch last year, and we won the World Series. And, you have Walker, you have Kershaw, you have Julio, you have Dustin, you have Tony, you have Trevor. You have, so many options. We signed Blake Triton back. We have Gratterall on the bull. We have so many amazing pieces that kind of go under the radar when you sign guys like Trevor Bauer, which is great for us because they kind of just sneak underneath them, like the kind of mat, so to say. Then, these guys come at you like a wrecking ball, man. And it's truly, truly amazing to see, and being able to be around these guys a lot, and not just from like the pitching staff, but also like, we signed Justin Turner back, Max Muncy, Belly, Mookie, AJ, the list goes on, right? Corey. So it's a tremendous group to be around, and, losing Jock and Kike to free agency, wishing them nothing but the best. But, hopefully with those guys being gone, and, a couple spots needing, to be filled, hopefully that, I get, that shot, that, opportunity. Cause, once I get that shot and that opportunity, I know that I'm just going to absolutely run away with it.
Yeah. So those are some lost outfield ABs to your point, right? That hopefully you could jump in and take.
Yeah. From Kike being right-handed to also playing obviously infield, but also outfield too. And Jock being and a power hitting outfielder. Obviously he bats left-handed, but from that power hitting outfielder standpoint, I feel like that I'm in a pretty good spot to hopefully get a shot and hopefully get an opportunity this season.
Along the lines of us being a podcast about psychology, a big area for research for Ben and I is team chemistry in sports. A lot was made about the Rays last year. I think it's sort of a stereotype that like smaller market teams rely on chemistry to sort of make up for, lower amounts of, money out there. But talk to us about the Dodgers. Like it's a big payroll, but I still think, and you've alluded to this, that there's still a decent amount of team chemistry with this team.
Yeah.
You were at the World Series last year. Speak to us about that vibe.
Yeah, no, an absolute blessing. Obviously a weird year with COVID and all that stuff, but, being able to be there for 6 weeks in a bubble, which is weird enough in itself, was, to come out on top against, we played three great teams: San Diego Padres, Atlanta Braves, Tampa Bay Rays, three teams that got better this offseason who want to be back in that position. That's what makes the game so much fun. You know what I mean? Is that we didn't just get better, but the teams around us that we played to get to the World Series and like be champions got better as well, because they want to go back to. And that's, to me, is, what, makes this game so much fun. But, going back to like the team chemistry part, that is the number one goal here. If you're not a good dude, you're just not going to fit in. You won't. And, I'm just being honest. You won't fit in. Everyone here is your best friends, great friends. And, they get along off of the field, so like if you get along off of the field, right, and you're all best friends, you're going to want to compete on the field, which is what this culture brings here.
Is there anybody in the organization that's like pushing you guys to, as you said, be a good dude or to be best friends, to relate to each other, to build that chemistry? Like, is it Dave Roberts? Is it coming from up higher than that? Is it the players themselves? Like, who's pushing that?
Yeah, Dave Roberts is tremendous. He's one of the best managers ever, in my opinion, and absolutely love having him as a manager. Him, and then also Justin Turner. I mean, that's Justin Turner is the backbone. He's the leader, the veteran, so to speak, from the offensive side, and then of course Kersh. I mean, Kersh and Mookie. I mean, Mookie too. When you start throwing around all these names, you kind of start to forget a couple. You know what I mean? It's amazing. And then now we have Trevor Bauer and Walker. Walker is a great leader. Kersh is outstanding. But if I had to pick two, it'd probably be Kersh and JT for sure.
Is there anything that those guys do that sticks out in your mind that's like, this is why I think of them as good leaders?
Yeah, I think just from like when we were down 3-1, there was to the Braves in the NLCS, there was no panic, there was no hesitation. I mean, we came in and knowing that we were going to win, knowing that it's just another baseball game. That we've been there before, we've played in games like that before, and they haven't. So kind of just having that kind of confidence going in was huge, and having guys like JT and Kersh that have been there millions of times before and have gone through this and been in this situation, it just helped all of the younger guys that haven't been in that situation have more trust in them. Nice.
Very nice. You got to come up. You mentioned you were up for 6 weeks during the playoffs.
Yeah. I was on the taxi squad deal.
Right.
For the playoffs.
What was that? I mean, talk about a weird season with COVID, but yeah. What was that like with COVID, being on the taxi squad? Like,
yeah, it was definitely different. When once you saw a fan in the stands that wasn't a cardboard cutout, it was a little weird. Just sometimes I feel like you almost got startled from like actual noise. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, it was that new ballpark's amazing in Texas, and we would do our work in the morning. And then we would, watch the game, and, we were there for every single pitch, every single, moment of the postseason. And like, it started back in LA, when we played the Brewers in the wild card series. That was kind of when the bubble started. So it was awesome, man. Yeah.
I love that. Like, weird to see a non-cardboard person in the stands. Was that atmosphere, you think, good for the cohesion of the team? Like, did that make you guys feel really together and included?
Yeah, I think it did. I think it helped all the guys out there playing on the field, and I think it helped because it kind of felt normal again. You know what I mean? Kind of felt normalized. So yeah, man, it was definitely a different season, but a season that nobody will ever forget, and a season that the Dodgers personally will hold dear to their hearts for sure. Yep.
Not us, but probably Dodger fans. As we've mentioned so many times on this podcast. Yeah, Ben and I from the Bay Area. I never wanted to talk so much about the Dodgers, but here we are.
You're welcome.
Dude.
You're welcome. Hopefully the Giants can at least find themselves in contention in due time, in a few years. All right, we want to play a little game with you. It is not name your blood type or your social security number. We want to make you some predictions out of you, if you could. So this was going around Twitter and fans were weighing in, but I think it would be interesting to hear this from you. So predict from your team. So from the Dodgers this season, give me a record end of the season.
Okay. Let's go with 102 and 60.
I was gonna say triple digits. It's got to be. It's got to be in reach, right?
Yeah. 102 and 60.
All right, Cy Young for the Dodgers.
I'm gonna go with Walker Buehler. I think he is tremendous pitcher. I think an even better dude. And I think he just gets better every single year. But it's tough, man. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? It's like
you could pick anybody on the staff, dude.
You could pick literally. You could pick anybody. It's like, I mean, honestly, you could pick a guy in the minor leagues because our farm system's just truly unbelievable. Where, you know, if you're getting called up, you're trusted, and you know. So, but I'm gonna go with Walker. I think he's a bulldog out there, and yeah. I'm gonna go with him.
Solid choice. All right. How about MVP?
I'm gonna go with Mookie.
I was wondering, Belly, Mookie, top.
Yeah, really. I mean, come on, Seager. You can't like I said, man.
Again, like, you can't go wrong.
I'm like not. I'm picking, but it's like you could pick out of a hat because they're all. Let's just say that those three guys would be the best players on. I mean, so many teams. So I'm gonna go with Mookie.
Fair enough. I don't think anybody would argue that. This one's a little bit tougher and I think a little bit more interesting. I want to hear what you have to say for breakout player.
I'm going to go with myself. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with myself.
Yeah.
But
I like it.
But that is a great question. Everyone's amazing. But I would like to see David Price come back after not pitching for a full year. You know, competitively come back and just dominate. So I don't know if it's comeback player because he's, you know, David Price, he's Cy Young Award winner, but I'm gonna since he didn't pitch last year due to the situations with COVID, I'm gonna go with him because I feel like he's kind of in that category.
I'll tell you what, we have one of the questions was comeback player of the year, so I'll give that to Price. But I like the
breakout. We're going with you.
Yeah, I like
there you go.
All right.
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with myself. How about that? You gotta have a little confidence. Gotta have a little flair. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Got to.
We're chiseled in stone. Reliever of the year.
I'm gonna go with Blake Trident. Dude's nasty, man. Dude's nasty.
Dude, that sinker. Like I can't imagine 97 with that.
Dude's nasty,
that's
dude.
Stupid. Yeah. Have you faced
when he's
him?
on?
Have you faced him?
Yeah. When he's on, he's on. When he's on, he's on.
Yeah.
And but I mean, dude, you can't go wrong with anyone, man. I mean, you got Gratterall, who's nasty, but I'm gonna go with Blake. He had a really good bounce back year last year from the year before. And within 60 games, he got a lot of high pressure innings and situations and, you know, the World Series and the playoffs. So I think he's going to carry that into 2021. So I'm going to go with him.
Yep. Blake, Trinan had it was like a great year with the A's, and then it was sort of
in 2018 he had like a below one.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Yeah, or a 19, one of the two. It was either 18 or 19, and then I think he got injured. And then it was 18. 18 he had a below one. Yep. 19 he had injured. 20 he had a great bounce back year, and I think he's gonna have another great year.
Not a bad pick, man. Solid pick. Okay, last one, and I can probably guess what your answer is going to be. Playoff finish for the Dodgers this year.
Come on. 2020, 2021 World Series champions, back-to-back years.
All right. This was one of the more difficult interviews I've ever had to do. As I'm sure I can attest to as well, but it's also blasphemous for me to say this, but we really are. We're thankful for you for coming on, and we are rooting for you. You mentioned the Dodgers being a collection of good dudes. We think you're a good dude, and thanks so much for being on Head Games.
Thank you guys so much. God bless you guys. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, DJ. Appreciate it, man.
Real quick, you're on Twitter at 8Peters.
Yes, at 8Peters.
Awesome. Please rate and subscribe to the show where applicable. Thanks as always to our editing team for putting together everything that you've seen today and or heard. You can find us on Twitter at HeadGamePsych. You can find me on Twitter at Dr. Brett Levine. And you can find that guy on Twitter at BD Rosenberg, PhD. And thanks as always for tuning in.